the science class. Children, breathing is one of the most essential process of all living beings. बच्चों, क्या आपको पता है एक सामान्य व्यक्ति 1 मिनट में कितनी बार सांस लेता और छोड़ता है? बच्चों, मैं आपको बता दूं, एक सामान्य व्यक्ति 1 मिनट में 15 बार सांस लेता और छोड़ता है। बच्चों, हमारा जो लंग्स है वह एक बार में 3 से 4 लीटर हवा अंदर ले सकती है, लेकिन रियलिटी में हम केवल आधा से लेकर 1 लीटर हवा ही लेते या छोड़ते हैं। बच्चों, क्या आपको पता है डॉग्स 1 मिनट में कितने बार सांस लेते हैं और छोड़ते हैं? डॉग्स जो है 1 मिनट में 60 टाइम्स सांस लेते और छोड़ते हैं, लेकिन एलिफेंट्स, स्नेक्स और केचुए जो है 2 से 3 बार ही 1 मिनट में सांस लेते और छोड़ते हैं। तो बच्चों, एक इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट ये भी है कि डॉग्स का जो लाइफ स्पैन है वो 10 से 12 साल का होता है, लेकिन एलिफेंट्स और स्नेक्स जो है 90 इयर्स तक जी सकते हैं। बच्चों, अगर हमारे लंग्स को फैला दिया जाए तो उसका सरफेस एरिया बिल्कुल एक टेनिस कोर्ट के बराबर होगा। तो बच्चों, ये थी कुछ अमेजिंग फैक्ट्स अबाउट आवर रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम। सो चिल्ड्रन, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न अबाउट रेस्पिरेशन इन ऑर्गेनिजम्स। आज का हमारा विषय है जीवों में श्वसन। चिल्ड्रन, नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाई डू वी रेस्पायर? हम सांस क्यों लेते हैं? सो द सिंपल आंसर इज टू रिमेन अलाइव, जिंदा रहने के लिए। चिल्ड्रन, ऑल ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर मेड अप ऑफ सेल्स. Cells are the smallest unit, that is the structural and functional unit of all organisms. हमारी बॉडी जो है छोटे छोटे सेल्स से बनी होती है और ये सेल्स जो है हमारे लिए बहुत सारे फंक्शंस करते हैं, जैसे कि एक्सक्रीशन, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। सो फॉर ऑल दीज फंक्शंस वी नीड एनर्जी। इसको करने के लिए हमारे सेल्स को क्या चाहिए होगा? एनर्जी। सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम वेयर डज दिस एनर्जी कम फ्रॉम? ये एनर्जी उनको मिलती कहाँ से है? तो हमने छोटे क्लासेस में पढ़ा था कि एनर्जी हमको मिलती है फूड से। वी हैव लर्न दैट वी गेट एनर्जी फ्रॉम द फूड। तो जो फूड हम खाते हैं वो ऐसा ही हमारे बॉडी में एब्जॉर्ब नहीं होता है। जो फूड हम खाते हैं वो कॉम्प्लेक्स मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं और डाइजेशन के बाद सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल्स में बदल जाते हैं। और ये जो सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल्स होता है वो हमारे बॉडी के सेल्स तक पहुंचता है ब्लड के द्वारा। तो बच्चों, जैसे कि कार्बोहाइड्रेट्स बदल जाते हैं सिंपल शुगर मॉलिक्यूल्स में, सिमिलरली फैट चेंजेस टू फैटी एसिड्स एंड ग्लिसरॉल, और प्रोटीन बदल जाते हैं अमीनो एसिड्स में। तो ये जो सिंपल मॉलिक्यूल्स होता है ब्लड के द्वारा हमारे सेल्स तक पहुंचते हैं। सो चिल्ड्रन, टिल नाउ वी हैव लर्न दैट फ्रॉम फूड वी गेट द न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड दीज न्यूट्रिएंट्स आर digested to form simple molecules. These simple molecules are transported by the blood and it reaches the various parts of our body and ultimately to each cell. And from this food we get the energy. So now the question is, how we get the energy from these absorbed food particles? हमको इस absorbed food material से energy कैसे मिलती है? So children, the absorbed food substances are further broken down and this releases energy in the cells. This is called respiration. So children, now let's define respiration. What is respiration? The process of breakdown of food to release energy is called respiration. Children, now let's talk about where does the respiration takes place. Respiration होता कहाँ है? So children, रेस्पिरेशन टेक्स प्लेस इन अवर बॉडी सेल्स। जैसे कि मैंने पहले आपको बताया, हमारा बॉडी जो है ट्रिलियंस ऑफ सेल से बना हुआ है, यानी हमारे बॉडी का सबसे छोटा यूनिट जो है एक सेल होता है, और सेल के अंदर बहुत सारे छोटे छोटे कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं जिसको कि हम सेल ऑर्गेनेलीज कहते हैं। उसमें से एक सेल ऑर्गेनेली है जिसे हम माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया कहते हैं। तो बच्चों, रेस्पिरेशन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के अंदर होता है। इट मीन्स दैट द साइट ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन इज माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया। सिंस द रेस्पिरेशन टेक्स प्लेस इनसाइड द सेल, वी कॉल दिस एज सेलुलर रेस्पिरेशन। द प्रोसेस ऑफ ब्रेकडाउन ऑफ फूड in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. Let's define one more time. What is cellular respiration? The process of breakdown of food in the cell with the release of energy is called cellular respiration. Children, cellular respiration occurs in every organism. सारे organism में cellular respiration होता है. But the pathway or the mode is different. In some organisms, it takes place in the presence of oxygen, and in some organism it occurs in the absence of oxygen. So children, cellular respiration can be broadly classified into aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So let's find out what is aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means when the respiration takes place in presence of oxygen. ऑक्सीजन के प्रेजेंस में जब रेस्पिरेशन होता है उसको हम एरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन कहेंगे. जैसे कि इट अकर्स इन ह्यूमंस, प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स. द अदर वन इज एनाएरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन. सो व्हेन द रेस्पिरेशन अकर्स इन एब्सेंस ऑफ ऑक्सीजन वी कॉल इट एज एनाएरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन. एनाएरोबिक रेस्पिरेशन होता है ईस्ट में और कुछ तरह के बैक्टीरिया में. So children, now let's study in detail what is aerobic respiration. Children, the respiration which takes place in the presence of oxygen, it is called aerobic respiration. Children, what happens in aerobic respiration? The air that we breathe in is rich in oxygen, and this oxygen through blood reaches every part of our body, and finally it reaches to every cell of our body. In the cell, the food, that is the glucose, is broken down in the presence of oxygen to liberate carbon dioxide, water and energy. Children, now let's talk about anaerobic respiration. Children, respiration can also take place in the absence of oxygen. That is, food can also be broken down in the absence of oxygen to release energy. Children, there are some organisms which can survive in the absence of oxygen, and these organisms are called anaerobes. For example, the yeast. So let's see how the respiration occurs in yeast and what are the products of respiration in yeast. Anaerobic respiration in yeast can be represented as glucose. In the absence of oxygen, it gives alcohol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. Children, do you know that yeast is used to make bakery products like cakes and bread? What is the reason behind that? Because when the yeast undergo respiration, it produces carbon dioxide gas, and these carbon dioxide gas gets trapped between the dough and makes the dough rise. That's why yeasts are used to make bakery products. Children, normally human beings respire aerobically, but sometimes respiration in our body takes place anaerobically. It means in the absence of oxygen. Children, when we do heavy exercises, fast running, cycling, weightlifting, etc., the demand of energy in our body is very huge, but the supply of oxygen is limited. So our body cells start to respire anaerobically. Our muscle cells respire anaerobically and they produce lactic acid in this process. So the reaction can be written as glucose in the muscle cells in the absence of oxygen generates lactic acid and energy. Children, we often get muscle cramps. Why? Because the lactic acid produced during the anaerobic respiration get accumulated, and this causes muscle cramps. So how can we get relief from these muscle cramps? A hot water bath or a massage can give relief from this muscle cramps. So what happens during a hot water bath or a massage? During a hot water bath or massage, the blood circulation of our body increases. Blood circulation of our body increases means more amount of oxygen, and this oxygen breaks down the lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. So we get a relief from the muscle cramps. So children, now let's summarize what are the end products of various respiration process. The first one, aerobic respiration. Glucose is broken down in the presence of oxygen to convert it into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Then anaerobic respiration in yeast cells. Glucose is broken down in the absence of oxygen to alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. Then anaerobic respiration in muscle cells. So the glucose is broken down in the absence of oxygen to lactic acid and energy. So now children, you are able to differentiate between the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. So children, now let's find out what are the differences between aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. Here in aerobic respiration, food is completely broken down, whereas in anaerobic respiration, partial breakdown of food occurs. So what are the end products of aerobic respiration? End products of aerobic respiration are carbon dioxide, water and energy. Whereas in anaerobic respiration in yeast, the end products are alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. And the end products in muscle cells are lactic acid and energy. In aerobic respiration, a huge amount of energy is released, whereas in anaerobic respiration, the energy produced is very less as compared to aerobic respiration. Children, we have learned that for aerobic respiration we need oxygen. So how we get this oxygen? By the process of breathing. So what is breathing? Breathing is taking in oxygen rich air and giving out carbon dioxide rich air. Children, the process of breathing can be divided into two parts, inhalation and exhalation. What is inhalation? Taking in air rich in oxygen into our body is called inhalation, and giving out air rich in carbon dioxide from our body is called exhalation. Children, breathing is a continuous process which goes throughout our life. Children, one breath is equal to one inhalation plus one exhalation. Children, now let's define what is a breathing rate. The number of times a person breathes in a minute is called its breathing rate. On an average, for an adult human being at rest, the breathing rate is about 15 to 18 times, and when he is doing a heavy exercise, the breathing rate is about 25 times. Actually, the breathing rate depends upon the oxygen requirement of our body. It keeps on changing according to the oxygen requirement of our body. For example, if a person is sleeping, the energy requirement is less. Therefore, the breathing rate is also less. And for example, if a person is doing a heavy exercise, the energy requirement is more. Therefore, the breathing rate is also more. Why? Because increased breathing rate means increased amount of oxygen, and increased amount of oxygen means increased breakdown of food, and the increased breakdown of food means increased amount of energy. Children, why we yawn when we are sleepy or drowsy? Children, when we feel drowsy or sleepy, we yawn. That is, open our mouth wide open to take a long and deep breath of air. Why this happens? ऐसा क्यों होता है? When we are tired or overworked or sleepy, our breathing rate decreases and our body does not receive sufficient oxygen for respiration. So, yawning helps in taking more oxygen as we open our mouth wide open and take a long and deep breath of air and release energy by respiration. Children, now let's learn what is the mechanism of breathing. To learn the mechanism of breathing, first we have to know what are the organs associated with the human respiratory system. So what are the organs associated with the human respiratory system? Number 1, nostrils. Number 2, nasal cavity. Number 3, pharynx, larynx, trachea, lungs and diaphragm. Children, we take in air present in the environment through our nostrils. The air gets entered into our body, which passes through the nasal cavity and moves through the windpipe and reaches the lungs. Lungs are located in the chest cavity, which is surrounded by ribs, and there is a muscle sheath called diaphragm at the floor of the chest cavity. बच्चों, जब हम सांस लेते हैं, दैट इज इनहेलेशन, ribs move outward and diaphragm moves down. Space increases in our chest cavity and air rushes into the lungs and gets filled. और बच्चों, जब हम सांस छोड़ते हैं, that is exhalation, ribs move back and inwards and diaphragm moves up. This reduces the size of the chest cavity and air is pushed out of the lungs. Children, why do we sneeze? हमें छींक क्यों आती है? Sometimes when we inhale the air present in the environment, हवा के साथ साथ कुछ unwanted particles भी हमारे nostrils के अंदर चले जाते हैं. कुछ particles तो हमारी nostrils में जो air होते हैं उस पर stuck होके रह जाते हैं, लेकिन कुछ particles जो हमारे nasal cavity में चले जाते हैं and they cause irritation. So by sneezing, we remove these unwanted particles from our nasal cavity. So children, sneezing helps in getting rid of these unwanted particles. Children, now let's find out what do we breathe out. We breathe out the air which is rich in carbon dioxide. So let's find out what is the percentage of oxygen and what is the percentage of carbon dioxide in the air which we breathe out. The percentage of oxygen and carbon dioxide in inhaled and exhaled air are: in inhaled air, percentage of oxygen is 21%. Whereas percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.04%. Whereas in exhaled air, percentage of oxygen is 16.4% and percentage of carbon dioxide is 4.4%. Children, now let's find out breathing in some animals. Animals like elephants, cow, goat, lizards, they also have lungs in their chest cavities like human beings. But some organisms, they don't have lungs. They have some specialized organs for breathing. Children, now let's find out how a cockroach breathes. A cockroach has small openings on its body that is called spiracles. And they also have a system of air tubes called trachea all over its body. Oxygen-rich air enters through spiracles and reaches the cells via this trachea. Similarly, carbon dioxide-rich air from the cells enters the trachea and moves out of the body through spiracles. So by this way, breathing occurs in cockroach. Children, now let's find out how an earthworm breathes. Earthworms have a soft, slimy and moist skin. Gases can easily pass in and out of this moist skin. So an earthworm breathes through its skin. Similarly, frogs also have a very moist skin. They can also breathe through their skin. But however, they also have lungs and they can also breathe through their lungs. Children, now let's find out how animals living underwater breathe. Animals living underwater like fishes breathe by their special respiratory organs called gills. Gills are having some blood vessels which helps in the exchange of gases. Oxygen from water is carried by blood to all cells of the body where respiration occurs and carbon dioxide gas is produced. This carbon dioxide produced during respiration is also expelled out through these gills. Children, now let's find out how dolphin and whales breathe. They don't have gills. Then how do they breathe? They have some special holes called blowholes at the top of their head, and this blowholes helps them to breathe in air. They can stay inside water for a long time without breathing. Children, they come out in regular intervals of time to breathe in air. So, dolphin and whales breathe by the blowholes which are present on their head. Children, now let's find out how respiration takes place in plants. Like any other organism, plants also take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. This oxygen in the cells is used to break down the glucose into carbon dioxide, water and energy. Children, in plants, each part can independently respire. For example, leaves respire through their small pores called stomata. Similarly, the stem respire through lenticels and the root respire through the air spaces present between the soil particles. During daytime, there are two processes which are taking place in plants. One is photosynthesis and the other one is respiration. Both these processes takes place simultaneously and they are reverse of each other. In photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Whereas in respiration, plants take oxygen and release carbon dioxide. But during night, only respiration takes place. It means plants take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So children, it is said that we should not sleep under a tree during night because we may feel suffocation and feel difficulty in breathing. So children, we can conclude that all living organisms need to respire to get energy for their survival. Children, now let's take 5 top questions of this chapter. Question number 1. How food helps us in gaining energy? So children, as we breathe, we take in air that contains oxygen in it. And this oxygen, when transported to our cells, helps in breaking down the food and we get the energy. Question number 2. What is cellular respiration? Cellular respiration can be defined as a process in which the food that we eat is broken down inside the cells, which results in the release of energy. All the cells in living organisms undergo cellular respiration. The cellular respiration takes place in the cell organelle called mitochondria. Question number 3. Why plants can die if overwatered? So children, we know that the roots get oxygen from the soil. Air in the soil is present between the soil particles. If we overwater the plants, the spaces between the soil particles will get clogged. As a result, the roots will not be able to get enough air and the plants can die. Question number 4. In an experiment, if we exhale into lime water containing glass, what changes were observed by you? Children, when we exhale into lime water, its color changes into slightly milky white because exhaled air contains carbon dioxide gas. And the last question, name the organism which respire using anaerobic mode. Give an example of such organism. Anaerobes respire using anaerobic mode. Yeast is an organism which respire anaerobically. So children, by this discussion, today's class come to an end and I hope you might have enjoyed this class. So children, keep smiling and keep learning. Bye bye children.